Loves Haley with Tarot from Beyond, here to provide you with your daily release. Hope you guys are doing wonderful on this Tuesday. I really do. Today is one of those kind of like silent days for me. It's been really busy. I've been really taking care of pretty much everything by myself and been doing a great job at it, but the thing is that comes with a lot of exhaustion. And I'm grateful for the ability to do it. I'm grateful that the divine has given me the strength to do it. So I know many of you are likely feeling the same way, you know? A lot of you have been left holding the bag for a lot of responsibilities, and things pop up, things happen. I had to go ahead and reschedule one of my clients. I absolutely hate having to reschedule, you guys. I want to let you know that right now. When I give you guys a date and time with regards to when you will be getting your reading, I absolutely hate having to get on that email and say, I'm sorry, I cannot do your reading today due to the fact of A, B, C, whatever popped up. You know what I mean? I hate having to reschedule any readings, okay? I hate having to do that. Just know that, okay? But if I have to reschedule you, trust me, it is for a very good reason. I am dealing with legalities of my own, okay? I am dealing with my own Venus retrograde and Scorpio issues also, right? We've been talking about this forever. And, you know, I found this in my daughter's room and I never knew that she had this, you know? And it says, you know, with God, all things are possible. And my daughter has this really rebellious streak, but you know what? My daughter really struggled so badly, you know, in this household with this man that wore this disguise of this pure-hearted individual. She saw straight through him the whole time, but because she was so young and did not know how to, you know, really articulate to me what it was she saw all along. You know what I mean? It really impacted my daughter very badly. And, you know, one of the straws that broke the camel's back in my particular situation was, you know, the person that I would rather have absolutely nothing in the world to do with. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. You know, he's the reason why my daughter is out there doing whatever she's doing, because she feels as though I picked him over her. And I have made it very clear to all of my children, I've made it very clear to him, that if I had to ever pick between my children and him, unfortunately, honey, yeah, I'm picking my children. And my children, you know, have their own path to walk. So I'm talking to a lot of parents, I do believe, in this particular daily release. Spirit is going to be talking to a lot of parents today in this daily release. Know that your children are divinely protected. Know that, okay? Know that the loving arms of angels are all around your children at all times. They are children. They are innocent, okay? They're innocent. And even though my daughter is 18 years old, she is still very much innocent, because she was robbed of her innocence because she did not get that quality time with her mother that she was supposed to get, because the person that I am alleviating myself from did his absolute best to isolate me just to him. And he was very jealous of my relationship with this child that you see on you know what I'm saying, my baby George. You know, he was very jealous of that relationship that I had with that child in particular. Because me and that child are like this. And it's funny how sometimes men can actually be jealous of their own children, or the love that you show to your child that you're not showing to the spouse, because the spouse is not doing anything that would make you want to love them like that. The spouse is not paying bills, not handling business, not doing anything but like creating and wreaking havoc and creating a trail mix of, here's an alert, fuck shit, right? So it was like, what's to love, sweetheart? Nothing. But my children are going to get all my love. They're going to get everything in the world that I can give them. Whether I'm broke, whether I got some money, whatever the case is, it's all going to my kids. All right, babies, let's get started. So, 7 of Pentacles right now. A lot of you feel like you've been shortchanged. And that is very well much the truth. Due to third-party situations, A lot of you felt shortchanged. You were left holding the bag, But God said, quit tripping. Quit tripping, because what happened was unjustified to you, period. I'm not going to leave you hanging financially. But what I need you to do is I need you to trust that this is really what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the finances to take care of business. But what are you telling yourself that is blocking your own blessings? Because we could block our own blessings all the time with our thoughts, the things that come out of our mouth, our attitude toward things, and all that. This is the Knight of Wands, and I do believe that this is your energy that you should be having toward grabbing this Ace of Pentacles. Look at how it came. Spirit is saying swiftly, come grab what I'm offering you. I am offering you financial stability, but that only comes, you can only get it, you can only grab it through your belief that I'm offering it to you. You don't have to feel shortchanged. You don't have to feel like you've been left holding the bag. You don't have to sit here and hear another word about this third-party situation crap. That is so in the past. It's so dead. It's so damn old. I guarantee you every single person that I am doing this reading for is so sick of hearing about this stuff by now, to the point where they're like, can we just move on from this now, please? But Spirit is like, you have to understand, there are still remnants behind the whole thing that happened. There's remnants. It's not like you can, Spirit is not allowing us to go ahead and just shove down the feelings and then walk away and say, okay, you screwed me, and I don't want to have anything to do with you, and goodbye. No, Spirit is like, not this time. You're going to have to sit and you're going to have to listen to this, because you're going to have to understand that you're not going to allow yourself to be in this position again. And that is through self-love, and that is through not having a victim mentality, and that is through not having this, lack mentality, and this mentality of I'm a victim and this and that. The flags were all over the damn place. In my particular situation, I have no family whatsoever. My mother died in the year 2000. My grandmother died the following year. Someone who was very close to me, who I considered like a second kind of like mother, died that following year. My grandfather lived 10 years after that, and my grandfather was a really tough shell to crack. He taught me the right things, but I'll be honest with you. He wasn't the nicest man on the planet. Okay? He was not. And I actually appreciate him for that at this time, because had he not taught me about cruelty, because he had a cruel streak to him, had he not taught me about cruelty, I wouldn't be taking these cruel actions against me so well. And I think he did that on purpose, because he was divinely connected as well. He was a very quiet man, but he took care of business. He was a provider. And I heard through the grapevine of other family members that he was a womanizer as well. Substance abuse ran rampant in my household. I pretty much raised myself as a kid to some degree, you know. I had a really cool mom. She was like a hippie mom. My mom was a hippie, you know what I mean? She was like a real free spirit. My grandmother loved me no matter what the hell I did. That lady loved the hell out of me. And the two people who loved me unconditionally, I lost them at the worst time in my life. I had just walked into adulthood when they passed on. And everything happens for a reason. And yeah, it may sound like I'm rambling, but guess what? I bet you anything this is resonating with a lot of you, because a lot of you don't have a lot of people that you could go to when you're in a pickle, or when you're in an emotional pickle, a psychological pickle, or just trying to, you know what I'm saying, stay above water and take care of so many different tasks and multitask your ass away. I mean, seriously, you have no choice but to do it. And you're doing it. And God is urging you to believe. Believe with all of your heart and soul that this offer of this Ace of Pentacles is on the table. And you need to hurry up and grab it with your belief and know that this offer is here for you. This big old pentacle, honey, represents financial stability. Serious financial stability. So those of you watching, I simply want you to say, I accept. I believe that God is giving this to me, and I accept it. I'm just going to sit back and wait. And I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep on serving my divine purpose. I'm going to keep on, keeping my connection with the divine, my ancestors, my spirit guides, my deities, my angels, my whole spirit team. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. I know this offer's been given to me. I've grabbed it. I hurried up. I ran straight to this pinnacle and I grabbed it and I have it. I want you guys to say that right now out your mouth, because as soon as you do that, I'm telling you, you went ahead and manifested the fact that you went ahead and grabbed that pinnacle. That was your message of what to do. The Page of Wands is a messenger of work. That was your message of what to do right now for those of you who feel as though you've been left holding the bag, left holding all of the responsibilities of, whomever it was that didn't want to take care of responsibilities that, sure enough, are theirs. However, they don't want to take care of them. And that's fine and that's cool. Don't trip. Don't worry about it. Because what God wants you to know is that you don't need nobody to take care of you. God gave you everything you needed and equipped you with everything you needed to be able to take care of yourself. And that is part of this whole damn Venus retrograde in Scorpio issue. That's the whole learning thing here. That was the whole little secret there. For you to learn that, guess what? For a little while, being independent and being single, there's a big lesson here to learn. That being independent, you are efficient and you are self-sufficient on your own. You will surprise the hell out of yourself with regards to what you can accomplish, how many things you can accomplish, how many things you can take care of, how many things you can handle, how many balls you can juggle. You could do it all. You could do it all. This also is, Spirit just gave me a message also for me to let some of you know that you have to be appreciative of what you have already, whether it be short money or just enough to get by. You just like can never get past a certain point. Spirit is telling me to let a lot of you know that you need to appreciate what you have first before you can really and truly be able to jump up there and grab that pinnacle. You have to be able to appreciate what you have now before you can be given more. Okay? Do not stay in a lack mentality. It's very important that you do that, okay? Do not stay in a lack mentality. One that says, I don't have enough, because you damn sure do. You have more than enough. Tomorrow will take care of itself. And today is taken care of, isn't it? So Spirit is like, why you tripping then? Don't trip. This means contemplation mode. I also feel like this card means like global communication too. I feel like a lot of you are going to be, working with people overseas. This person is holding the world, a globe in his hand. He's got his hand on a wand. This person is in contemplation mode with regards to what he has to offer the world and what work he's going to put into the world for the divine. And a lot of you lack the knowledge of what it is that is. Through an Akashic Records reading, you can find that information out. I do a 16 card spread that lets me know what your second house, the second house rules your own money, your own income. It'll let me know if you need to move to a different location. It'll let me know if there's some time sensitive information in that area, in that particular house. There are 12 cards that go all the way around that represent all 12 months. Each month is governed by specific things. You understand what I'm saying? Each zodiac just simply represents a specific area in life that we all deal with. That's why we are all one. There's not one thing that one person has to deal with that the other doesn't. Like, we are all connected. We all have to deal with the same stuff. It's not about the month. It's about what each month brings to the table. And when you have planets that, rotate and move around, not only in your own personal chart, but just in general, it just creates this very unique flow of things, okay? Bottom line is, a lot of you are going to be doing you're going to be making moves globally, okay? Globally. And Spirit wants you to stop thinking about this third party situation crap and think about this King of Cups that is going to be coming your way, okay? This King of Cups is here for a reason. We've been talking about this King of Cups forever. Somebody who actually really knows what love is. I'm telling you. That's going to be replaced, okay? This King of Cups is coming into your life. And this third party situation crap is going to be an old done data topic. Trust me, it won't be long now before we start talking about completely different things, okay? It won't make them any less important or any more important. It will just be things that we have to discuss, that Spirit wants to discuss with whomever is willing to listen to Spirit's voice regarding whatever the topic at hand is in that particular time frame. And that was your message of information. The Page of Swords is a messenger of information. So I feel like this King of Cups is going to give a message of information to you. However, there's still some theft involved somewhere. Spirit, can you please clarify why that card showed up there? I feel like a lot of you may be thinking about a lot of loved ones. Just like I mentioned earlier about like my family, I really don't have any physical, feasible, tangible, like people that I can touch. Family members. You understand what I'm saying? And this card looks pretty obvious. It looks like this person is, in a casket. They've already fought their battle. In this world. This card really does represent rest as well. So for those of you who need it, make sure you get it. Okay? We did talk about vacation last time. I feel as though Spirit is saying you're stealing from yourself if you don't give yourself the rest that you need. And if you don't give yourself the rest that you need, you're not going to be thinking properly and you're not going to be making the moves that you could be making for the betterment of your own financial gain that Spirit wants you to have. Spirit wants you to get the justice that you deserve. Spirit wants you to have the justice that you deserve, and it's justified for you to get this Ace of Pentacles, rather than for you to look at, the result of whatever work you've done as it not being enough. The Seven of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles and you have the Ten of Pentacles, and I look at those cards and there's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Seven of Pentacles definitely means, you know what I'm saying? It definitely means a harvest. It's time for you to go ahead and, evaluate, is it time for me to reap this harvest yet or not? And Spirit is saying right now, the only way to receive is to give. Okay? So take that as it resonates. That's going to have a lot to do with your healing process. Giving. Giving of yourself in whatever way that you can. Raise the vibration on this planet. Everybody's feet are planted on this earth. If you think that Mother Earth does not feel the pressure that everybody is under right now, you're wrong. And I'm not trying to alert anybody or make anybody feel scared or anything, but I want you to know that when you get a whole collective of people full of pressure, the planet feels that as well and will respond to that pressure. So that's why it's your job to raise the vibration on the planet. Raise the vibration of other people by raising your own. Allow yourself to be healed. Allow your subconscious and your conscious thoughts to come together so that you can be more centered and more connected to the divine. Never before. Like never before. If there was ever a time to do it, I'm telling you it's now. Walk away from things that do not serve you. You know that. A lot of you have already done it. You walked away from people who wanted to sit and steal your self-esteem, steal your dreams away, steal whatever the hell they could from you for their own selfish gain. Yes, you walked away. A lot of you are dealing with legalities as well. Justice popped up. Looks like a judge sitting on a freaking, he's got a sword in his hand. Sword represent thought. Swords represent, communication of how the scales are going to be balanced with regards to who gave and who took and how much, who gave what and who took, how the scales are going to be balanced. I mean, if you look at these two cards right here, for those of you dealing with legalities, these cards came back to back. What do you notice about these two cards? I'll tell you two things that I noticed right away. They're both holding scales. They're both holding scales. Balancing the scales. So if you know that you're the person in whatever relationship you may have just ended, and you know that you gave, and the other person took, it is really time for you to be in trust mode, because you have nothing to worry about, because the scales are going to be balanced. That's what Spirit is emphasizing here. The scales are going to be balanced. God knows who the thief was, and God knows who the giver was. Period. God knows. Better than you do. God knows everything about that person. God knows everything about you. So anybody who's got their head in the clouds thinking that, you can get away with murder, and I know I'm not talking to none of my subbies. You know who I'm talking about. The person that you walked away from who had their head in the clouds with regards to other options on the table. Unfortunately, that shit's going to be put to rest, regardless if they like it or not. Some things are going to die, honey. so that some better things can take its place. And the King of Cups is like right after that. Like something you walked away from what you thought was like what this person told you they were telling you. They were telling you what you wanted to hear. And you believed them because you loved them enough to think that you could trust them. But Spirit is saying all of that, just trusting people because they tell you what you want to hear, that's the danger zone. Don't do that. That has to die. That kind of thinking has to die. Otherwise, you're going to be walking away all the time. You're going to be trying to find a replacement for the person that hurt you. And then all you'll be doing is adding to your karmic debt, dude. Nobody wants karmic debt. Okay? And all of us are dealing with karmic issues right now from past lives that we don't even remember. We don't even remember what it is that we did wrong, yet that karmic debt is still there and must be paid. However, Spirit is saying the scales are being balanced. They are being balanced. And a lot of you are going to be doing some traveling too, overseas. I don't know what that's about. Keep hearing that as well in my readings. There's going to be a lot of traveling. There's going to be a lot of overseas traveling. There's going to be a lot of worldly networking that a lot of you guys are going to be doing. Many of you feel like you need to defend yourselves, you know what I'm saying, in this particular situation. If you were the one that was giving in the relationship and the other person just took, I'm telling you, Spirit is going to balance those scales. You do not need to put yourself in a defensive position. That's what your angels are for. Don't you trust your angels? There is a time to defend yourself. Absolutely. You don't let people just step all over you. But when it comes to matters that are out of your hands after you've done what you've needed to do in the carnal, trust me, why would you worry about anything? And this came in alignment with temperance. You understand what I'm saying? You getting away from this volcano and you took the path to the healing pastures. You understand what I'm saying? You're being healed. You're being balanced out right now. You know, you don't need to defend yourself anymore. You don't need to be in a defensive mode. That's not a good vibration, dude. That's not a good vibration. Be open to love. Be open to positivity. Be open to positive things. Don't let that past person be the representative of what you think everything is to come. Think positive. It's so important, okay? And that's a choice. It's a choice to think positive, okay? The choice. Don't rob yourself of making that choice that came right on top of this. Don't rob yourself of making that choice to stay positive. Stay positive. Think positive. When you are tested and you feel like, dude, somebody is testing the hell out of me, you know what? I am choosing not to respond negatively to anybody's darkness, because I ain't getting pulled into nobody's darkness. If anything, I'll pull them into my light. And if they can't get pulled into my light, they're going to get kicked to the curb. That's what's going to happen. Lady Luck, baby, I'm telling you, luck is on your side. Whoever the hell I'm talking to, because the Wheel of Fortune, when the Wheel of Fortune pops up, not only does it talk about karmic issues, it also talks about how luck and how things are, they're going to go in your favor. They are going to go in your favor. You were the one that sat there and gave to the point where you damn near exhausted yourself to the point of literal death in this relationship. I bet a lot of you damn near hurt yourself so bad trying to hold everything down for everybody to the point where you got sick. Like to the point where you actually sickened yourself. Exactly. Worked your ass off so hard in this relationship, trying to hold it all down and hold it together yourself. You know, to the point where you injured your own damn self. because you wanted to protect what you wanted, which was likely your family. You wanted your family. He's wearing white underneath, which represents pure intentions, and his foundation is love. Worked his ass off for it. Came in the same column of justice and death. Things that need to end are going to end. Sadness is coming in the same column of the give and take column, where the scales will be balanced. Whoever was doing all the taking is literally going to be sitting there crying and sad and over spilled milk. Seriously. You can't reverse time and undo damage. This came in the same column of temperance and self-defense. A lot of you are defending yourself against getting into new unions with other people. A lot of you are just not ready for it right now, emotionally. However, you do want a happy family, as we all do. And it is coming, baby. But everybody needs to chill out and be in a very patient mode right now, because this Mercury retrograde is all about communication, the way you communicate, and how you network with other people. And the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer, okay? So despite how hurt you may feel behind somebody's betrayal, despite whatever it is that you're going through, the whole point of this daily release is that you deal with everything in a nurturing fashion. And with that being said, my loves, that is what the daily release is all about today. I hope this resonated with many of you. We touched on a lot of subjects. I hope it made sense. Yes, things are getting deeper. They absolutely are. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. The sun represents illumination. Okay? Now you are being illuminated to your own self, and now you have to really work on you like you never have before. So with that being said, baby, do it and understand that this connection right here is you and your higher self. That's what needs healing. And don't defend yourself against the process, okay? Go with the flow, baby. All right. Namaste, my loves.